that any better?
So far, so good.
Oh, okay. Have we got a solution?
Don't know. It's anyone's guess right now. I don't know.
Okay, we'll just see how it goes. As long as
Right,
you can.
let's give it a go, Jack. Yeah, let's try.
Okay. Yeah. Well, thank you for coming on the
Minute.
call. We did have a chat the other day.
Yeah,
Just to kind of like get better understanding, but just to make sure we're kind of like
yeah.
on the same page again. Could you just kind of run me through, you know, what you're looking for,
I'm
what your
looking.
goals
I'm looking to
are?
try something different. I think
Mm.
just to try a new approach. Is how do you attract those higher spending clients? How do you utilize Google and social media and all the things that are out there to you? It's a bloody minefield as a business owner. And you get all these different advice and all these agencies vying for your business.
Yeah.
And every time I've tried something, Joe, it's never worked.
Okay.
I'm better off sticking to what I do
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
than try something and keep throwing money at something that I'm not prepared to keep throwing good money after bad. It's got
Yeah.
to
Of
be a
course.
proven formula. How are these bigger clinics attracting these higher spending clients? What's the
Yeah.
secret? Because we're
Yeah.
only a
Yeah.
small clinic, but comparatively, we have the equal equipment. We're in an affluent area. I'm established over 15 years,
Yeah.
longer in my career. It's not like what we're offering the wrong things. It's how
Mm.
do we attract a higher spend per client for the M
Yeah.
face, for the Neo, for the laser? I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah. I get that. Okay.
You
What
can
have you
purchase
tried in the
these machines,
past?
but it doesn't mean that people come in the door, does it?
Yeah. Yeah. Of course. What have you tried in the past then?
I did try a company called, do you know what? I don't even know what the name of them was, but in the
Yeah.
end, it was suggested to me by BTL when I first took on the Neo, and we did 6 weeks where they ran our social media. And then I had this platform where I had to quantify my leads. It was like an automated response, but then I had to reply and then I had to put in like what I've done, how I've done it. It was basically a sales platform for if I was a fucking salesperson, not a skin therapist. I've
Yeah.
done sales. I don't want to be working a platform at my desk. I don't have time for that. And that's what
Yeah.
I was expecting the company to quantify the leads, send those leads across their people that then really understand what they're coming to see me for.
Yeah.
That's the difficulty of where companies and agencies like yourself kind of look at our industry from the outside in and they think that they can create a sales platform way of getting people in the door. I can tell you 25 years in the game, that don't work. It's
No.
face to face, talking, being that person that knows what they're talking about, speaking to that person on the phone or
Yeah.
that person in face. So that's why I need an agency or a service that finds those people. That's what's been
Yeah.
the hard
Yeah,
problem.
because it's almost like a, like rock in a hard place because
Yes.
you need to you need to have the knowledge and you need to be
Yes.
able to talk to people face to face and on the
Yes.
phone. But
Yes.
then you can't be on the phone because you're busy. You've got
It's
clinics to run.
really difficult. It's so difficult. If I'm not hands-on with clients, then I'm not making any money. So then I
Yeah.
can't afford to pay for my leasing and my wage bill and your bill and the electric and the rent and so on and so forth. And things have tightened up. I wouldn't be looking at a service like this if I hadn't noticed a drop off in clientele, which I'm not used to. We're in
Yeah.
a financial pressure at the moment from
Yeah.
cost of living. It's impacting everything. I've got
Yeah. I
I've
bet.
got colleagues in the business that we've all been in business for years, all saying the same thing. I've got friends in other industries all saying the same thing. It's very apparent. You go up the high street, right? Look at even
Yeah.
pre-Christmas, all the sales were on. No one was doing anything.
Yeah.
Everything's launched. The interest rates are sky high. I know the property market is very slow. People
Yeah.
cannot get mortgages. We're struggling to try and buy a house at the moment. We're struggling to try and sell a house that we have at the moment. It's all crazy.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely. Okay, yeah. I mean, the
So
cost of
that's what
living
we're up against.
crisis.
That adds to the problem, doesn't it? So from something like yourselves, what have you come up with as a solution? What can you offer? Is my question really.
Well, I mean, we've got a system which I do believe. I mean, usually I talk to I talk to clinic owners on these calls for about 40 minutes before I kind of like just to really get a good understanding of what your struggles are, what you're looking for, and then I know if I can help you or not.
Yeah.
But straight out the gate, just from what you've just told me, I know that we have the solution.
Okay, cool.
because we have medical professionals who work inside of my agency, so we're
Okay.
able to offer a medically bespoke marketing without it blurring onto your time.
Yeah.
So before I kind of like I'll go into like real
Yeah.
detail and show you some of the clinics I'm working with. What are your kind of like aspirations then for 2024? Like, what are you hoping to achieve?
Do you know what? I need to achieve a return on my investments. I've got a really established clinic, but I pushed really hard, invested heavily in capital investment, and I would be happy this year just to have a good chunk of my investment back on my equipment. That to me is a realistic goal.
Uh,
Profit would be nice, but realistically, you can't be investing 100 grand plus into machines and expect it just to come in overnight, right? There's no
Yeah,
overnight success. And I'd like happy clients and my team achieving higher, my team achieving higher commissions. They're happy. If everyone's earning money, I'm happy.
yeah, of course.
You
Yeah,
know,
that's a
that
nice mindset.
that's how I want my 2024 to be. Keep my
Okay.
clients happy, make sure my team is settled. That's and my capital investment back in my pocket.
Yeah. Okay. And did you said a commission? Do your therapists take commission on consultations or?
Well, yeah, they do, yes. And I would put something stronger in place. If we had something working with you guys, we'd have a different structure that we'd know what was coming. We'd know what was kind of in the pipeline. I could definitely then look at better commission structures, of course, for my team members as well as myself. They were
Yeah.
only a small team, and one of my team members have been with me 16 years. So she and I work alongside, and we've got a youngster coming up through the ranks. I haven't overly employed, and again, with the cost of employment going up, I'm not prepared to take on that extra cost of someone at the moment. I've got to make work what
Yeah.
I've got.
Yeah. Yeah. That makes sense.
You can
Okay.
spread yourself way too thin, or you can actually pull it back and make more profit. And that's what I learned post COVID. I
Yeah.
pulled the team right back smaller and make more profit.
Yeah. You're forced to be more efficient, especially, in this time. Um,
Yes.
are
Yeah.
you so like if you're able to get more, these more clients and you're able to pay off some of the machines and
Yes.
give reward your team for the success, what
Yes.
would that like
Yes.
what would be the next step after that? Because sometimes I speak to people
That's an
and
interesting question. I think I haven't thought that further forward, but the reason is I trust my business, so I always get there in the end. My business
yeah,
does show a decent profit. I live really well from it. I enjoy what I do. I am able to use the best equipment in the world. I
yeah,
still in awe of walking in my treatment room. I'm still that person that goes, "Oh my God, I've got an M Sculpt Neo, I've got an M Face." I'm still in awe of my industry. I've got no huge egos. If my clients aren't happy, I haven't got a business. So that's why my role is so hands-on, still shop floor, because that's the way I have to be at this stage. I want
yeah,
to do new investments in capital this year. I want to increase what I offer, because I've identified that what we have, there's still something missing. There's still, my customers push me, my customers demand more. So
yeah,
that I'm wanting to change my laser in the next month or two from the laser that we're using to another system, which offers the same but better and slightly more. Then I
yeah,
want to look at something like AgeJet, which is able to tackle skin laxity better around the eyes, the area around the eyes, the neck, skin, all, because we can get that with the toning and the tightening, but there's certain things that you can't get. And I want more
yeah,
bespoke packages, and I want to have a higher spend, so people kind of don't go just one thing, but a whole bespoke package. And that's what we kind of do, but I feel that's not being marketed and presented well enough to
right,
my wider target market. We have so
yeah,
much here. I do bespoke facial treatments, but I'm not marketing it strong enough yet.
yeah,
I think
that
when I
makes
look at my
sense.
business and I analyze where I am, it all comes back to marketing. How can I change my marketing? What we offer works. And I'm
Yeah,
prepared to reinvest, because I reinvest with my heart, not always with my head, because I
yeah,
know it always comes good, because I know my job. And that doesn't work for all business owners, but it sure does work for me. I know
yeah,
what my clients will respond to, and I know the market moves very quickly.
mm,
So that's another issue being in this industry. Everything changes. I don't like jumping onto trends. What I want to do is always have that longevity and that long-term relationship with my staff and my clients.
Yeah.
I don't fall for fads.
Yeah. 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 I mean, that's
I believe the whole Morpheus 8 thing is still a fad, you know?
yeah. I mean, I don't know. I'm not. I'm not a practitioner. I've never owned a clinic, so. But no, it's good that you don't hop on trends.
Appreciate how hard it is though, right? You must talk to clinic owners daily.
Oh yeah.
What I'm
Yeah.
saying
Yeah.
to you is not dissimilar to anybody else in this business. I'm
Oh no,
assuming.
no, no, absolutely. I think, some of the clinics. I mean, I work with very similar clinics to yourself, in the sense they have pioneering new
Yeah,
technology with
yeah,
doctors and
yeah.
it's-
And people are just not calling up to book those appointments, right?
no, yeah, yeah. And the thing is that this new technology is so good.
Yeah,
It has such a good outcome. You're
yeah,
basically see lots of clinic owners have like a limiting belief, like they don't want to market, they don't want to push themselves. But the thing is like you've got, and this is what I do, is like you've got a real solution to a lot of people's daily concerns and insecurities.
absolutely. And
Why
I
wouldn't you
know
want
I'm
to
not getting
promote
that
it?
message out there strong enough.
Yeah, yeah. So
I
you've got
know that's where I'm going wrong.
yeah. So you've got many machines, and obviously you want to put more, but you want to get more bespoke packages, because the minute you get bespoke packages, you can start charging based on outcome as
Yeah,
opposed to just the
per
treatment costs.
treatment. Hmm, hmm.
Yeah.
You
So
also got like M Skull Neo that in itself does everything someone needs for that body recontouring, right? As you know. And the M Face is the newer version of that, and it's in a league of its own. They're the types
yeah,
of clients that I need to attract because they know what they're buying into already. Once you
yeah,
have someone that calls up direct from our website, they come for a consult, they're already sold. But
yeah,
it's how I attract those types of clients, Joe. How can you help me get those types of clients
yeah,
initially?
yeah. And the thing
I
is,
don't need that many, to be honest, to be making a good living. I'm not a
yeah,
huge London clinic. I just need to do what I need to do. I don't need £50,000 a month to keep the doors open. I don't. I
yeah,
need a few grand, but I don't need 50 grand. I'm not under the pressure that a big high street clinic or chain is under.
mm,
I'm more
yeah,
competitive against myself, really, and I don't want to fail more so than under a huge amount of pressure financially.
yeah, yeah, yeah. I get that. I
So it's
really,
I'm competitive against myself because I don't want to fail. I don't want to say,
yeah,
well, I bought that and it didn't freaking work. Like it does
mm,
work. As you say, I know this technology is so good. How do you get that out there? How do you get people calling up, listening, and actually paying you money to do the solutions that you're offering?
yeah, yeah. I mean, this is the age-old question, and I guess the issue has always been around and how to attract these clients and get more people in
Yeah.
the door. What are
Yeah.
you currently thinking? Like, where are you currently in, like, to try and get to this position? Like, what are you
Well, I'm
planning on
having a
doing?
conversation with you. I'm paying a lot of attention to the types of adverts that the types of your companies are putting on there.
Mm,
Start to kind of pay more attention to what these types of services do. I don't know a lot about them. So I'm just paying attention at the moment. I'm quite astute like that. I'm like, I will always pay attention. I'll go, oh, what was that? And I know instinctively if something will fit for us or not.
yeah,
And certainly more so if not, I'm done. There's no point wasting anybody's time.
yeah,
Um, I know that there is new ways to market. We do have a great organic social media following.
yeah.
It's all organic. It's all done by us. Again, going back to social media, do you know what? I don't want to get on bloody TikTok and start fucking around on there. I don't feel that's the way forward. I don't feel like some of the older ways of marketing on Instagram and Facebook are now working. Got to go back to my website. I've had a website that was optimized for Google. It's got so far, but it needs work again. So I know in the next few weeks, that's another thing that I want to spend time in because I have to rewrite the information and pass it over to my designer. That's in my head. Do you see what I mean? There's always something else. It all comes from here and it has to be then given to someone like yourself that really knows how to get it out there. It's a really difficult connection. Had to say
Yeah,
my website guy, brilliant guy, knows Google. Like he's a director of this huge marketing company and he did my website for me. Like he's got a sideline business and he talks Google all the time. But at the same time, he didn't understand how it actually works in clinic. Do you know? It's really
exactly.
difficult.
And this is one of the benefits of like working with somebody who only works with, aesthetic clinics.
Yes.
We already know what, like,
Very niche market, right? You've got
yeah,
your
I
learning all
already
the
know
time.
like kind of what's up in your head because that's
Yeah.
the only thing I work with. And I benefit because I might be working with 10 other successful clinics. So you tell me something, I can capitalize
Absolutely.
on that.
Yeah,
So
absolutely. Well, this
being
is what
in
I'm
an
hoping this conversation with us leads to, like a way of which we're all learning. I'm always open to learn. Look, if you say to me, look, let's try this because I feel it will do that, I'm willing to give something a go. I'm not a closed-minded person in any way. I'm asking you for help. I contacted you. Do you know what I
yeah.
mean?
Yeah, no,
I'm
that's
not saying
great
to
to hear.
you, I've got the perfect business model with this, with that. Listen, I've done really well and I work my
Yeah,
fucking ass off for it. But there's always more you need to be doing. I stay awake at night thinking, what can I do? How can I push
yeah.
this? What am I going to do? Like, I am that person. I'm not
Yeah,
that
yeah. I mean, some of
asshole.
my
No,
most
I'm not
successful
that.
clients.
I'm not, I don't consider success. I always consider shit. I've got to pay that bill, that bill, that bill. It's not about where you are, it's where you want to be, isn't it?
Yeah, of course. Some of my longest term, most successful clients have that mindset of just like always looking to try new things and
Or even the
um,
new technologies. Look, Joe, I don't need to be investing in it, but I want it. And I want
yeah,
to be in a position where I've got maybe something already set up with you and we go, right, hit that for me. That's new. What can you achieve for me with that? Because I
yeah,
know that will work. I need someone with your skills to go, Shan, look, tell you what, mate, you're onto that, that, and that. If we could have that kind of, that's what I'm looking for in a
yeah,
marketing agent partner support role. Do you know?
yeah.
That's what I'm kind of searching out.
Yeah, I get and you know, you're investing so much into
All
the
of it.
treatment
It's all got to
and
work,
all
isn't
your
it?
clinic, you're investing in product. You just
Always.
need that quality reflected into your marketing and to find the right
Yes.
partner
Yes.
to
100%. And I think
okay,
the rest will look after itself, actually, if we could
yeah,
just get that right.
yeah, for sure. Okay, and how quickly are you looking to move with this? Like,
It
you know,
depends what you can do for us, how we can put things together. I'm understanding that it is Neo time, it's body January. So it's a good time to start and focus on perhaps one treatment. But M-Face, I feel I haven't marketed it yet to its fullest because we're the only place for Surrey still to have it. I do have a kick their asses meeting with BTL in a couple of weeks, basically saying the same thing. Like, you've left us, what the fuck? Do you know, like, what do you expect me to do? You've had 100,000 odd from one unit off us. We're still finding it now. We're slowing down. What the heck? So I'm waiting
yeah,
to see what they can come back to me with as well. Wanted to kind of source out services like yourselves. You are the first person I've spoken to. I haven't. The trouble is, I get really worried because when I start contacting marketing companies, you get agged to death over and over and over and over. That's my worry as well. I don't want to waste someone's time, but I also don't have the time to
yeah,
be agged. I've got to have this meet with you and go, this could work. What could he do? You know, and then we can move
yeah.
forward. I won't be still sourcing out this, and this. I haven't got time, Joe. If you get
Yeah,
it,
yeah,
got the job.
of
You
course.
know, if you
And
can help us, you can put something that can go, look, I'm willing to try. Let's try. I'm happy with that.
yeah, okay.
I believe that's our industry. There's not a formula, is there?
Yeah, yeah, no, of course. And so
It
like so
really
let's
ain't. It's
say
hard enough doing my job, being the actual person, being the person that's that expert in what I do. I can't do everything.
yeah, yeah, yeah. And let's say like we did come across as like this could potentially be a good option for you. Would there be anything that would like, you know, anything you need to wait for, you know, a few months
No.
down the line
No,
or
not
like
at
if
all.
you
No, no, nothing
okay,
to wait. No, absolutely not. I could even get my website spruced up in the meantime, ready to launch. The two devices I'd like to crack on with, I have made a decision that I'd like to go ahead with them. I'm talking installing them within the next 2 months if I can get my finances in place anyway. So the
mm,
ideal solution is to kind of see what you guys can offer for what we already have, see what works and grow something, then there's potentially so much in the bag for you guys to market for me. I'm happy because the leads are coming through. Of course, I can work my client base. That's where we always go back to shop floor, ground floor. Clients trust me. I know the clients I have, my existing clients, trust me anyway.
yeah,
I've got facials the rest of the afternoon once I finish with this, all come back in again. That's not the
yeah,
issue. It's the big sale on the draw in all on this capital investment. And I hope
yes.
that you understand and you can
Absolutely.
put something
But
together for us, then we all benefit, right? There's enough
yeah,
money for
absolutely.
everybody to benefit, Joe.
Yeah, and I know you haven't spoken to many marketing companies yet. However, I do believe that like we can help you. And
Great.
we
Yeah, I
are
think so
exact.
too.
And yeah, and the fact we are like the thing is, I'll talk about what makes my company very different to every other option out there.
Yep.
Just because I know you like you don't have the best overview of what marketing companies actually do.
No, I don't.
So
I don't.
I
That
will be
is
very
my
transparent.
concern. And I'm like, oh, then you back off it, right? And you just carry on doing your own thing and you do the best you can do, right? You can agree
Yeah,
with
yeah, and then in a few months' time, you're in the same position. So, like,
Yeah.
I will tell you, I'll be very honest about
Yeah.
what makes us different. Just so you know, you can then assess whether you think that that
Yep.
difference is what's going to really move the needle for you guys.
Yeah. Okay.
So yeah, I mean, I've got a presentation. I can just kind of go over it and show you who we're working with and like
Yes,
what
please.
you know,
Yep.
the results that we get.
Yep.
So I'll just find the screen.
Okay.
There it is. It's just loading. This might test the
Oh, here you
internet.
go. Yep. Here we go. You're there.
Okay. So just to kind of establish some credibility
Gosh,
appointments,
did a lot of them come to you with like the same sort of conversation as I've just had?
it's all the same.
Yeah.
Like
Well, that's good, yeah.
every clinic is exactly the same, and the
That's
way I
comforting because you know when you're on your own, you think, "Oh my God, is it me doing something wrong? Is it
exactly,
me
yeah,
messing up here?" But I look at all these clinics and I go, "These guys are doing the same as us. We're all at that same level,
yeah,
offering the same level of service.
yeah,
All must be just as committed as us, just as experienced experts in their field." And you go, "What the heck?" You know?
yeah. And to be honest, you know, I've built my company around the past 30 minute conversation we've had.
Yeah. Mm.
Everything you're telling me,
You already, yeah,
I
you
just
know it, which
know.
I like that. I can sense that with you though, Joe. Yeah, I can actually sense that.
Thank you. But like I
Mhm.
just know like, you know, we've got it all sorted.
Yeah.
Um, so I'm just kind of building some credibility before I go on to
Mm.
the you know, what
Mm.
we actually offer.
I'm going to
Uh,
drink me Red Bull because I'm seriously addicted and it's so bad for me. You excuse me.
That's all right.
I love
So
sugar free.
oh, at least it's sugar free. That's what matters.
I shouldn't really drink it. It's crap, but there you go.
Okay, so how does this all work? So
Yeah.
basically what we do, a common like sin to do in aesthetics is to discount your services on Facebook ads. Lots of clinics, um, lots of clinics discount their services like these examples here. And ultimately, any marketing agency that wants to do that for you um, is basically just going to get you loads of discount hunting clients. Can you see my screen okay?
Mm, I agree. Yeah, I can see it. Yeah, and I completely
Okay,
agree with the
cool.
whole discount.
Yeah. Um, and basically, a decent marketing agency will bundle packages together. So they might bundle like, you know, microneedling with a V-lift facial and say it's like an eternally youthful, you know, package, and it's this price. So they bundle it together. However, what we do is we actually are slightly different. So
Yeah.
we advertise the opportunity for your local market to submit an image or a couple of images of their face. Um, and what we advertise is a free image assessment and treatment plan with a focus
Right.
around anti-aging or, you know, bringing youthful looks to your skin.
Yeah.
Um, and we advertise
Um,
that. So
and do you use like social media and Google, etc.? Is that what you
we just
do?
use Facebook and Instagram.
Mm.
Um, and so this is where it's interesting. This is why it will be a good fit for you, is that
Mm.
you've got many different machines and treatments.
Yeah.
So we
Yeah.
advertise the opportunity for people to, you know, voice their concerns.
Yeah.
And we are trained to upsell, but I'll get onto that in a minute. But ultimately, what this
Mm.
is doing is
Hmm.
we I'll go into this one first. We lead with value. So instead of what most clinics do, they promote their services, their discounts, their bundles. And what happens is that when you're trying to actually convert these people into high paying customers who trust you and who are loyal, it doesn't really work because you've just put yourself in their face. What this is doing we are basically taking an interest in your clients, in your potential clients, by wanting to see their face, see what's bugging them on a daily basis, and we're able to analyze it. And what this actually is, it's called leading with value. And this is how you're able to basically attract higher paying clients, is instead of saying like, oh, when you get your, when you get a facelift, you get this discount, this discount, this discount. People just are
Mm,
happy to pay, but
mm,
they want to see the value up front. So the offer we
mm.
run is a free image assessment and treatment plan. And what is a lead? So when we collect a lead off Facebook, we get 3 images of their face, their name, number, and email,
Right.
and we get their concerns. So in this case, this lady was concerned about premature aging, jowls, skin texture, losing that youthful skin look, fine lines, everything just feeling droopy. So before we've even contacted them, we know one, what they look like and like what we can see. And two, we know in their head what they believe their issue is. So when we call them, and I'll get onto this, but we already know how to frame the call. Basically, this lady feels droopy. She wants youthful skin. She probably will want a brighter complexion, more energy in her face. So we can pull the strings that get her emotionally motivated, to actually do the treatment. And one thing I did just kind of like brush over is that most of the leads that we generate actually say thank you like in advance. And that, like, for me, being in advertising, I've been in this for about a year, just over. I have never, like, when I first started running this campaign, I was like, wow, like, these Facebook like leads in the local area are literally saying thank you for you running our ads. And I just thought that was a bit of a like quite crazy thing. But ultimately it means like we
No,
can
it's fine. I
collect.
just
We've got some clients who collect 60 faces a month, and some clients that collect 25, 30. But this campaign really works, and it's one of these untapped
Mm,
offers that clinics aren't able to run because it takes up so much of their time. Like, if
time.
imagine
Mhm.
you had to
Yeah.
analyze 60 faces in a month, like
Mm.
you just have no time. But then
You'd lose those leads as well because you'd lose that like person already hot for that treatment, wouldn't you?
yeah,
You wouldn't. That's even getting back to emails. I'm like, oh shit, I should have got back to her. You know,
yeah,
if people want something done, women buy on impulse, don't they? As well,
yeah,
commit on
yeah,
impulse. Mm,
exactly. So we're
mm.
able to capitalize on, we only do this. Oh, we only do this. But secondly, is that we keep that medical, professionalism as we're able to do this. So
Yeah,
really get the best of both worlds. And ultimately, because no other clinic does this, it's a brand new offer, which means in the
yeah,
advertising world, it's you stick out, you stand out. There's only 5 clinics offering this offer, or however many we're working with, um, that offer this in the whole of the UK. So if you're in an area like Birmingham, Manchester, London, and you want to stand out from your competition, this is a really good campaign to run, as nobody else runs it.
mm. Okay, interesting. Um,
Uh,
in general, what's the turnaround conversion rate on
oh,
something?
so I mean, firstly, we get rewarded based on consultations booked with a deposit collected. So
Great. Yeah,
if
that's
we're,
yeah,
if
yeah.
we're
So
not,
when you know you've got someone's like then a definite moving
yeah,
forward.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So like, we only get compensated. Our return on investment calculations are only on consultations booked with a £25 deposit. So like,
Mm-hmm. Wow.
regardless of the
Okay. Yeah.
ads, regardless of the
Yeah.
conversion rates, the call rates, that's what we are compensated on. We will manage and optimize everything before that point.
Right. Okay.
So that's marketing, right? So we've extracted these contactable leads um, from your local area. That's marketing. Now it comes down to sales. So I have a team of practitioners who, and Hamira's like, they my longest one. So the next step is after they've submitted a photo of their face, they book in a call back with a practitioner. Like for the maximum time is like 3 days in advance, or tomorrow or today, whenever they're free, just so we know we've got their attention and they get reminders up until then, blah blah blah. But then basically Hamira will look at the images, look at their concerns, give them a call. We would have already had a briefing meeting with you, the pair of us, or whoever, whoever's working on the project, to make sure that we reflect your values as a clinic and we never do anything out of line that you naturally medically wouldn't do. And then we basically, all calls are recorded. Hamira takes the calls, whoever, digs deep into their issues, like what are you struggling with, offers them sympathy, understanding, and then she uses that kind of discovery phase and emotional phase to transition your treatments as the solution to their concerns and their pain points. So that's kind of the process. And then if they want to book a consultation, we take a £25 deposit, and we send them reminders right up until the appointment in clinic to make sure they actually show up. So that's the system. But ultimately, what this all means, and all of these factors are unique to my agency and our process, is one, it means trust is built. And I'm going to be completely honest with you here. I haven't always offered this. And what I used to offer, which is the same as every other marketing agency in the UK, is that I would generate a clinic leads, and then I would have a Filipino call center, who are Filipino or South African, who aren't English speaking, try and book appointments. And now I
Mm.
signed a client, just like how you might choose to go ahead. And I was, to be very honest with you, it was on a guarantee, but um, actually they're still with us to this day. We literally got them zero bookings, zero.
Mm-hmm.
And so I was like, okay, I have to crack the code on how can I deliver this service for my clients. So I was like,
I
I've
already
got to
asked you
hire.
that in the opening conversation with us, didn't I? I said to you, what is it? What's the secret? Didn't I? Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, exactly. Yeah. So I
Mm.
found what was holding everybody back, and I was just like, I have to hire a practitioner. I have no choice.
Yeah.
So I
But is
hired a
she
practitioner.
full time really in that role, your practitioner, trained by you as well? And that's what is that
Yeah,
a role? Hmm.
yeah. So actually, we have a few extras that I'm working on with her and the team, which we'll get onto after.
Mm.
But this is all she does every day, and
Mm.
she's level 7, Harley Academy, trained with Derma Medical, which is actually one of our other clients. So she's very qualified. Um,
Yeah.
and
Mm.
so what this really does, it's like it builds trust. And when you build
Yeah.
trust, people will pay. People will pay on the phone. They'll give you a £25 deposit. So that's kind of like the first USP, but the second one is every single lead gets that medically holistic experience, right from the ad itself, which again works on your brand, works on your reputation in
Yeah.
the area.
Mhm.
You
Mm.
said to me right at the start, and I thought of this, that the commissions and stuff, the consultations.
Mm.
This is a very interesting metric, as most of our clients actually say consultation times get halved. The reason
Right.
being is because they've had a pre-phase call to the consultation, which means they know why they're coming in, they know the
Yeah.
pricing, they've
The
been
rest of it's more of a treatment plan than a consult almost.
exactly. You are
Mm.
basically, the person knows
And
why
we're
they're there.
prepped and we know what they're coming in for,
Yeah,
if that.
yeah,
Yes. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Mm.
yeah.
Mm.
So they are literally like, these people aren't going to be awkward in the consultation. So
No, they
that
know
means
what that why they come in and we do. Yeah. Uh-huh.
exactly. So when you're taking on
Yeah.
new
Mm.
technicians, or you're booking out your consultation calendar, like, you know that they're going to have a higher conversion rate, which means they get commissioned more,
Yeah.
which means your team's more
Yeah.
successful.
Really interesting. Yeah.
Um,
Mm.
and so that's just that's one of the things, and then all the generic ones like your
Yeah.
time's
That's
protected.
yeah. Uh-huh.
We're able to collect a large deposit, and then the obvious
Mm.
one is that um, your actual appointment setting rate doubles because of the speed and the trust. Um,
Yeah.
so that's our system, and that's what it means. And
Yeah.
there is one
Mm.
more, which is another thing is show up rates. So some agencies will book an appointment, not collect a deposit, and not get them medically motivated to actually come in. This basically means we're getting them financially invested, we're getting them medically invested, and they're actually, they're keen to come in because we've got a script. It's all we do day in, day out. We know how to do it. Um,
Mm.
so yeah, do you have before I tell you about this one little idea that we've got on in the works, which is an add-on to this? Do you have any questions about how the system works? Anything you want me to go over again?
So basically, when you get these leads, they go through this process and then they're sent to us. That's basically it.
The
We go
bookings are
through
sent
it.
to you.
Yes, the bookings. Yeah. Okay, that's fine. Yeah, no, I'm good. I'm up. Yeah, I think I'm all right with
Cool,
everything so
cool.
far.
Um,
So
so
we'll be expecting that client to come in to then confirm and discuss the treatment plan, and we go from there. This is our lead.
yeah, yeah,
Okay.
yeah. So we're actually taking a bit of the weight of the
Yeah.
consultation
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
outsourced.
Yeah.
Um, okay, so that's I mean, ultimately, like as a agency, um, the I want to work with my clients for as long as possible. And so I was thinking to myself, like the other day, if I'm going to work with somebody, and that some of my clients have stayed on, for a long time, for like 6 months ish, we've got a lot of time together to find other things that work and other things like
Yeah.
that can,
As
allow.
we've both identified, it's ever changing, isn't it? I don't think there's ever going to be an exact formula, right?
No, exactly. So you need somebody who is
Yeah, I
always
do,
on
Joe.
the
Yeah.
edge,
Yeah.
innovating.
Always. Hmm.
And so I had this idea, and I was looking at, the practitioners' calendar and stuff, and they take it, a fair amount of calls per day, but they could be doing some more. And I was like, well,
Yeah.
there's this thing called an inbound content funnel. And have you
Right.
ever heard of SLA Medical or Sarah
Yeah. No,
Louise?
I watch her on Insta. Yeah.
Right, so even you watch her on Insta, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
So that is an inbound content funnel. And
Right.
what that is doing is she's posting all the time, positioning with like content strategy, positioning her clinic as the authority in the local area. So when somebody is saying like, I want to get a facelift. I don't want a discount. I don't need these additional bonuses or a free consultation. I just want to pay for the best because it's my
Yeah.
face. Right?
Yeah.
And what that content funnel is doing for her is she's attracting those clients, and those clients
Mm.
are the ones that pay the most money.
Yeah.
And so I was thinking, like, we've got access to one of our clients in Knightsbridge Clinic. So what we could do is I could train Hamira how to talk behind a camera, come up with really good content strategy, and we could have in about an hour could film 30 reels for our clients. Now, if you started posting reels, obviously we would, and I've got connections to editors. Hamira is
Yeah.
obviously medically qualified.
Yeah.
Um, we could almost work up to a position where you are almost posting a brand new high quality reel every single day. And
Yeah.
if you look, and the thing is with that, it's like it's disproportionately better than any other clinic in the area because there's no clinic, even Sarah Louise can afford to post every day because it's in house. If you were to
Yeah.
outsource that, you basically,
Hmm.
you know, you get this content going. Like what I said at the start is that if we're working together for 6 months, running this campaign, generating, decent cash,
Yeah, it will
background,
work. And I think that's what I said to you in the beginning. I think with what we have to offer, there's enough money in it for everybody to be
yeah,
generating enough money. I do believe that as well.
yeah, exactly. And like, if we're generating good cash here, then why, and we've got some free time, why
Yeah,
not build up your Instagram following, your
yeah,
engagement, that inbound
yeah,
funnel?
yeah.
So 6 months down the line, if you want to leave from my agency, by all means, you've got like, in 6 months, that's 30 a day, 60,
Certainly, we're in such an untapped area. Like we're in a very affluent area of Surrey, and there is no one standout here in my area. I've always wanted to kind of wonder how you could create that. We don't need to go to London to get. My clients don't want to go to London.
yeah,
We're commute about affluent. It's yeah, and we're at the Surrey Hills. We've not tapped into that demographic. There's no one else that stands out that's doing that either in the
yeah,
whole of this
yeah.
area.
I mean, even when you go to London, central London, what clinic is pumping out content every day? Like,
No one.
no,
No.
no one. They can't. They like, and that's
Not
what I've
possible, is
been.
it?
Yeah, exactly. And that's why, I've been looking into this idea, and we're actually
Yeah.
implementing it for one of our clients at the
Mm.
minute.
Really
So
interesting. Yeah. Mm.
yeah,
And it'd be a good experiment to see how you could take someone like us from like obscurity really into where we could potentially hit, knowing that we've got the expertise here and the equipment and the
yeah,
drive, that's I
yeah,
need all of that to be propelled.
yeah. It's like, have you ever heard of the analogy with polishing a turd? Right,
Yeah. Hmm.
right. So
Hmm.
if you think of like a standard clinic who isn't really pioneering anything or pushing anything, it's basic working with a marketing agency is like polishing that turd.
Mm.
But the thing is,
Yeah,
like,
there's nothing wrong with what they're doing. It's how you get it out there, isn't it?
exactly. But in your case, you are
Hmm.
like a gold bar. You've got a lot of potential with the best
Yeah,
treatments, the best
we have.
machines.
Oh yeah.
So when you
Yeah.
work with a marketing agency, we'll be able to polish that to
Yeah.
make that like look good. So that's
Yes.
why it
Mhm.
makes sense.
And it's
For
just all how everything's perceived on your social media, isn't it? And your
yeah,
reels and your videos. 100%.
yeah,
I've just had a catch up with my manager and we've just had the same conversation since having my earlier chat with you, told
yeah,
her about this situation. And we've just said it almost identical to what you've identified. We've just sat and said, this is what we're not doing. How the heck are we going to do this? Do you know what I mean?
yeah, yeah, yeah. I mean, to be completely
It's that
honest,
same
like,
conversation that I have with myself all the time and my manager. Like, how the effing hell do you
yeah.
do this? What you just said.
Well, that's part of the problem, and then it's actually executing it, which also takes up all your
Yeah.
time. It's like,
Yeah. And being in a position that everyone is able to generate enough income, your side, our side, isn't it? From all the work that goes in the background. And
yeah,
everybody would benefit if we could propel, like you said, the social media, the videos, all that's another level again, isn't it? It's an
yeah,
interesting experiment.
yeah, for sure. I mean, I just want to, I want to, my time scale of success is, 6 to 12 months, and hence
Hmm.
why, I'm looking into this content stuff. We've got this
Yeah.
approach in our ads. A lot of clinics like just want look at the numbers. Obviously, it's all about numbers, but like
Mm.
they come for a month and then they leave the next month.
Yeah.
And
Mm.
you know,
That's not helping you grow.
yeah,
Mm.
exactly. And I've got long sights, so I want to do stuff that will really impact, my clients,
Yeah.
in the
Mhm.
long term, as ultimately that's,
Yeah.
that's where the real
Mm.
value is.
Of course.
Um,
For someone like me as well, actually, again, I'm not a chain, I'm just a small business.
yeah,
Everything's down to me. So everybody stands to gain. I gain if everybody gains. Do you know what I mean? I'm not accountable to anybody, but I'm also not a huge chain with cash flow behind me. And it isn't what that isn't us. We're
yeah,
on our Todd, trying to make the best of every spare minute with what we're doing.
yeah, yeah,
So
yeah,
any cash injection that we get is going to benefit us hugely and it will grow.
yeah. Yeah. Okay. So is it before, like, we move on to pricing and how it could
Mm.
really work if
Hmm.
if you do decide to join the team. Is there anything else that you would like to discuss, or any concerns you have on whether this would work for you or not?
No, I don't actually. I do believe it could be. I do think it could work for us because it's a whole new, different approach to what we haven't ever approached anything in this way.
Yeah,
It's really interesting to me. You know, I enjoy marketing myself. I'm a sales girl at the end of the day.
yeah,
Over time, I have been a trainer. I've trained for years. I've done account management. It's not like I don't understand how the marketing world works. I really enjoy
yeah,
sales. I really enjoy the chase of the sale.
yeah,
I think what has happened is in the last 6 to 12 months, social media has just exploded in a way that now this is where I am talking to someone with your expertise, because you can't do it on your own. But
yeah,
show me a way through and show me a way what makes money, Joe. And I'll tell you what, I fucking will turn everything around and make more money than you can believe, because I
yeah,
have.
yeah,
And I've got that driving me. I'm quite different
yeah,
to some of your clinic owners, and no one's given me a penny. No, I don't have a doctor's salary to support my
yeah,
clinic aspirations and my hobby. This is not a
yeah,
hobby. This has to
yeah,
work. My fucking
yeah,
house rests on this place. So that's the
yeah, yeah,
difference for me. So when I can see an opportunity and it's so beneficial, we all can win, everybody wins, including my team. My team win, I win, you
exactly.
win.
Yeah, yeah, that's the biggest thing, really.
I
Like,
like things that are different, and I like the way that you have checked everything out and you know our market and you know your job. There's quite a different concept with you as to how you approach things, for sure. You're quite
yeah,
unique yourself.
yeah, yeah. I mean, the reason why, my own marketing that I do for myself is the reason why you're on this call today. Like,
Yes, absolutely.
and to target tiny little
Get someone
demographic.
like me, exactly that. How you've managed to get me like, oh, my
Yeah,
first
yeah,
day back in January, I'm chatting with you, you're chatting with me.
yeah.
There's
Well, there you
something
go.
in this
That's
for
the
us to
thing,
work on,
and
Joe.
that's what we can do. Like with
You're very insightful. You sound to me like you've got a very good instinct. I like your instincts,
yeah.
because that's what I pride myself on in business, is my instincts.
Oh, thank you. I really appreciate that. Yeah,
I can tell that.
yeah.
Yeah.
So
You're
I
not
mean,
just
yeah,
talking the talk. You're instinctively knowing where you're heading. I can tell that.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Thank you. Um, yeah. So should we go on to pricing then? If you've got no
Yes, let's
other
talk
concerns.
money. Now we
So
get into the nitty-gritty. The
yeah,
fun stuff.
yeah. So basically, what we do, it's a 3-month program, and either you can pay per month, it's 2,000 a month, or you can pay it in full. And if we do go ahead with the content strategy and you see this more of a product, if you pay this in full, I will throw in that when like that content stuff actually comes around, that will just be
Mm-hmm.
included in the product. So
Mm-hmm.
it's 5,500 for the 3-month period, and see it as a
Mm-hmm.
product, including the content, or we can do it 2,000 a month.
Mm-hmm. And what would we be, what can I be expecting as a return, or what, like, I'm quite willing to invest that, but what are
Yeah,
you saying to me, well, right, Shan, I will be able to return you that as a minimum? I need to have something that I know you can generate for me, do you know?
yeah, yeah, absolutely. Well, look, I can do this. So if you pay the paid in full, I can guarantee that you will make that money back. And if not, I will send it back to you.
Okay, then I'm willing to try that then. And we'll do the
Yeah,
paid in full.
yeah,
If you're willing to say, if I don't make that back, then I get my money returned.
absolutely.
I'm
Let's do
willing
it.
to work with you. I think this is quite an exciting experiment. I think this
Yeah, I
is
mean,
quite
I'm excited to try it, like for you as
Mhm.
well, like because I haven't
The
tried the
content
content
as
stuff.
well. Yeah.
So, I had this idea of bringing on a practitioner,
Yeah.
excited, and it paid off. Like, I was like,
Yeah.
wow, this really works. And now
Yeah.
I've got the idea of,
What you'll
let's,
find with us practitioners is that we are passionate. And when we get it right, all we want to do is get that clinic busy and moving forward. When
yeah,
you get the buzz off of that, it's infectious.
exactly. And I get that buzz. And this is the thing, it's like, now we're getting the practitioners to do content, get like a reel a day, goal.
Yeah.
Where can
Yeah.
that go? So
Yeah.
I
Where can
just
that
want to,
go? Yeah. Yeah.
yeah. So that's great to welcome you to the team. I look forward to it.
Yeah.
Let's make
Okay.
January good. Let's get things going. So if you like this video, the sales call, and you want to be a bit closer to the conversation about AI, I've just started another agency as if I was a beginner, doing the exact strategy that's led me to this point. So I started off with, free trials, very low ticket, 200 a month. I generated good cash there, and then I used that to transition into full SMMA just like this, and then even beyond like you've just seen. If you want to be a bit closer to the conversation, talk to me directly, talk to others in my community. There is a Discord link down below. You can join that. It's completely free. And if you do want coaching, just message me in the Discord or message my Instagram, which will be down below. But I am still running my second agency. We do already have some first appointments booked for it, which is very exciting. I'm going to be documenting everything: intro calls, cold DMs, ads, demo calls, signing the clients, fulfillment, you name it. I'm going to cover it from scratch. So you can copy and paste that to hopefully then get in a position where I am now, like what you've just seen. And then if you really want some help on high ticket stuff, then you can let me know. I hope you enjoyed this video. I'll see you in the next one.